Namaste. Welcome to Zoom Yoga number 36. As ever, we'll start with a simple quote. The one today is from a woman called Mary Oliver. Listen, are you breathing just a little and calling it a life? Listen, are you breathing just a little and calling it a life? So we'll lie down in Shavasana and start to breathe, hopefully more than a little. So after 36 classes, you know the routine with Shavasana. So it's floppy feet. Feet just slightly more than hip width apart. Floppy, nice and relaxed, which releases the legs. Palms facing upwards, just slightly away from the body. Check that your chin is not painting the ceiling. So find a comfortable position for the head. So you don't tuck the chin in sternly and you don't arch the neck. So find the middle way. Lift up the right shoulder and just gently roll it back down. And lift up the left. Check your lower back is comfortable. So take your lower back and gently compress it down to the ground. Most of us have a lordosis there, a slight curve. So you can gently press the lower back down to the ground and release. And we're just going to lie and do the simple yogic breath, which is slow, smooth, and deep, which allows the abdomen to inflate like a balloon. As you inhale, the diaphragm pushes down, causing the abdomen to inflate like a balloon. And as the lungs begin to fill up, the rib cage then expands. And lastly, just at the top of the lungs, you get a final puff of air in the top. Wait for your natural pause. And then gently release. So we're not doing anal lock today. We're not doing stomach retraction. We're not doing Uddiyana Bandha. We're just breathing in slowly and deeply. For any beginners, if you wish, you can take your left hand and place it on your abdomen just to emphasize what's happening, bring focus to it. So as you inhale, feel the abdomen inflating like a balloon. As you inhale slowly and deeply. Waiting for your natural pause when the lungs are full. You're not holding the breath in, you're not holding it out. You're allowing it to remain in and allowing it to remain out. So you can take your focus away from the abdomen now and place your fingers gently touching on your rib cage. As you inhale, you're inflating the abdomen. But as the lungs begin to fill up, the rib cage expands, which may cause the fingers to separate. So they're gently touching on the top of the rib cage. As you expand the rib cage, you'll gently separate, which stretches your intercostal muscles. Slow, smooth, and deep. And lastly, you can take your right hand, place it on your upper chest. And that's the lungs just filling up completely. But some people take such a shallow breath that this is all they inflate. There's a slight lift in the upper part of the chest. The diaphragm isn't used, the rib cage isn't expanding. So you're breathing just a little and calling it a life. So I'll be quiet for a few breaths. I just want you to inhale slowly, smoothly, deeply. Smile when you've filled up the lungs. Exhale and soften and surrender your full body weight onto the surface of the ground. And just before I be quiet, 70% of metabolic waste is released through the lungs. 70%. So just by lying flat in Shavasana, you're resting the heart, you're relaxing the shoulders and the neck, your medicine ball head with its 40,000 thoughts, there or thereabouts, is being supported. But you're cleansing the body from a cellular level upwards. It's important to remind yourself of this. You're not just lying flat and breathing passively, you're cleansing the body from a cellular level upwards. Three more breaths in your own time. Now bend your legs and take your feet to your seat. Sleeping abdominal stretch. We're going to take our palms and place them down the side. No, we're not. We're going to take our palms and place them behind our head. Now our feet are flat on the ground, our knees are together, and we're going to keep the knees together so the knees are level. If you actually lift up your head and look at your knees, you'll see that they're perfectly level. And all we're going to do is we're going to turn our head to the left and drop our legs down to the right. We're going to swivel at the hips and the knees stay level. Knees down to the right, looking round to the left, elbows on the ground. And we stay in this position and start to breathe. Of course, you can exhale down, inhale up, exhale down to the other side and do it dynamically. But I prefer this method. You can, in your own time, you can practice exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down to the opposite side. But today we're just going to relax at the shoulders, hands clasped behind the head, and the knees have dropped down to the right, and you've turned your chin to the left. Don't drop your chin. Keep your chin at right angles to the neck, which means you'll get a pull in the trapezius muscles that are attached to the occiput. And just start to breathe and smile. Full yogic breath. Remember, every week I say much the same things. It takes 6 seconds for the muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to get used to the position that you're in. So this is why you breathe slowly and deeply and allow the breath to do its work. And if you're wondering what the other 30% of metabolic waste is, if the lungs rid the body of 70%, the other 30% is urine, sweat, and feces. Just relax into the position. Cleanse the body from a cellular level upwards. This is wonderful exercises, these ones to do at the end of a day, once you're perhaps feeling less energized, but you just want to ease out the tension of the day. Because they're not load-bearing, energy-giving, cleansing the body, easing tension. If at any time it becomes uncomfortable or too much, you're in charge of your movement. I'm only making suggestions. You inhale as you take the head up to neutral, nice and slowly, lift the knees up. You're swiveling at the hips, the feet are still together, and then you're going to roll over on the outside of the left foot, keeping the knees in line as you drop them down, and turn your head to the right. It doesn't matter if your elbows get on the ground, they will eventually. It doesn't matter how far you twist the head, the neck, or how far the knees drop down. And you just start to breathe slowly and deeply. If your mind is active, you can try to distract it by the most simplest mantra: let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. Let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. Check that you haven't dropped your chin. I've just done it myself. Focusing on my mantra, I took my mind off of the movement. And know that this is healing for the heart. The heart is at the same level as the rest of the body. The shoulders and neck are resting and getting a twist. You can feel what's happening to your lower torso. The lungs are getting cleaned out. The nervous system is being calmed. And with time, you'll get clarity of thought. So we inhale as we come up. On the head to neutral. We're going to keep the hands in the same position, and we're going to separate our feet just to the edge of the yoga mat or wherever feels comfortable, and we're going to do window wipers. So the legs are still bent, the feet are separated, and we're just going to drop the knees to the right again, roll over on the outside of the right foot and the inside of the left, allow the knees to fall down to any natural position, to the right, and look to the left. And again, a completely different stretch. I'm not going to say what you should be feeling, because we will all feel something different, depending on how we've pushed our body or not. And just breathe slowly and deeply. Check you haven't dropped the chin. Relax at the shoulders. Smile as you inhale. And stay at the side for as long as comfortable. When you feel that there is any discomfort, then you inhale, come up, drop down to the opposite side and change your direction of your head. Window wipers. So as I say, even if you're exhausted, there's no excuse not to be able to lie down and do a stretch like this. energy giving, stress relieving, nervous system calming, clarity of thought. Why wouldn't you? Slow, smooth, and deep. Remember, you can make up any mantra. Perhaps you have a personal mantra. This is when you use it. Something you want to change in your life. Now, as I say, when you feel that you've been in the position long enough for you, inhale as we come up with the legs, the knees. Exhale the knees down to the left-hand side and look around to the right, keeping the feet in the same position. If you don't feel much is happening in this position, of course, you can adjust the position of the feet. You can make them wider, narrower. You can have them a bit further away from the seat or a bit closer. Keep trying and playing about with the posture until you feel it's giving you the greatest benefit. Just breathe into the posture. Slow, smooth, and deep. Don't be in a hurry to release the breath, and don't be in a hurry to take it in. I keep saying the same things to almost hammer in the message. Let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. Inhale as you raise the legs up to neutral. Get the head back to staring up at the ceiling. Stretch away both legs. Release your arms. And just lie with the palms facing down, the legs straight. And you can feel the difference with the legs in this position straight. You can feel the contraction at the top of up at the hips, as opposed to in Shavasana, when the feet are floppy, then everything's relaxed. So we're going to do universal spinal twist now. So we take our right leg and bend, place the right foot at the seat. We stretch our right arm out, palm down. Right arm up, palm down, shoulder height. We bent the right leg, and we're going to roll over to the left. So roll over to the left, and we take our left hand and place it on our knee, and we turn our head to the right. We've done this many times, universal spinal twist. So I'll just reiterate again. Right arm is stretched out at shoulder height, palm down. We're looking towards that arm. We've taken our right leg and rolled it over the body and to the left, and our left hand is on our knee. Applying a little bit of pressure and just relax into it. This is a strong twist. Perhaps you won't get the right shoulder on the ground. That's okay. Perhaps you won't get the knees so far over to the left. That's okay. Just breathe into it. Remember, anytime you can stop the video, rewind, have a look, and get back into your practice. You have the option of emailing me anytime and asking for any advice. Slow, smooth and deep. Check you haven't dropped the chin. You're looking for a twist, not a bend of the neck. Check that you're still smiling and you're still enjoying the moment. Get that breath in. The diaphragm's still pushing down, the stomach is still inflating, the rib cage is expanding. And getting that final puff of air in the upper chest. So perhaps you've come out of a position already, but if not, ease out of it. Roll back, release the left arm and right knee. Release the right arm. And we change sides. Stretch out the right leg, bend the left leg. Stretch out the left arm. Look towards the left arm as you roll the left leg over to the right, clasping it with your hand on the knee. Of course, one side will be tighter than the other. And with experience, you'll get to know which one. So you could always start with the tightest side, do the easy side, and then finish with the tightest side. So with time, you'll get parity. And relax into it. Just check it, you're not holding on to tension. Because if you're asking the muscles to go into a position that haven't been in for a while, you might resist that movement and actually contract the muscles as opposed to trying to stretch them. So just check that you're not unnecessarily restricting your stretch. And of course, you're meant to be enjoying the process. That sounds a bit clinical, enjoying the process, enjoying the moment. Breathing in, I relax. Breathing out, I smile. Immersing myself in this present moment. I know it's a beautiful moment. Or you can change it. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Immersing myself in this present moment. I know it's a beautiful moment. You can make up anything as long as it assists you in your relaxation. It slows down the constant stream of thoughts that we choose to respond to. Again, if you feel that's enough, you slowly release it. The slower, the better. And you feel the circulation rushing back into the area. You feel everything easing. Stretch out the leg. Palms down the side of the body, and we'll go straight into the wind releasing posture, Supta Padma Muktasana. Of course, the wind in this case is the tension. We're releasing the tension throughout the body, so allows the wind, the energy to flow through the body. Although the other wind release can occur as well. So we're going to slide the right foot towards our seat as we inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to clasp the right knee, squeeze and gently come up. You can hold in this position for a couple of breaths. We're squeezing the lymph nodes in the groin, We're stretching the back, we're contracting the arms. We're tucking our chin in. I'm not tucking it in so much, I'll crush my microphone, but we're tucking the chin in to squeeze the thyroid. And when you're ready, you release. You inhale as you release the right knee and stretch out. Inhale as we bend both legs. Exhale as we squeeze, gently. Again, we're contracting the arms, squeezing the lymph nodes under the armpit, then guinal nodes, stretching the back. We're massaging the stomach, right leg, both legs, left leg. Inhale as we release. Exhale as we stretch away. You know what's coming now. We've done the right, we've done both. We do the left. Inhale as we slide. Exhale as we squeeze. And you don't have to be killing yourself doing these. There's a myriad of benefits with this particular posture. As I say, you can stay in each position for as many breaths as you like, but we'll just continue in your own time. Right leg, both legs, left leg. Inhale as you bend at the knee, exhale as you squeeze. Make sure you're tucking your chin in. It doesn't matter how far you get. Just slow it down, rhythmical, with awareness. Synchronized with the breath. Right leg, both legs, left leg. So this is giving a wonderful massage to the internal organs, squeezing all the lymph. You're massaging the stomach, ascending, transverse, descending colon. This is why it's right leg, both leg, left leg. And again, you can continue this for as long as you wish, as long as you're finding it beneficial. It should be almost effortless. It's not load bearing. You're not using a lot of energy doing this. In fact, you're gaining energy. That's why it's called the wind releasing posture. So one more round after the one that you're on. And then when you're finished, take your feet to your seat, and we're just going to raise the seat. We're not raising the arms. We're not lifting the legs. We're not balancing on one foot. We're just going to simply ease the seat up. Minimal effort, just to put the back in the opposite direction it has been being worked. This is all. So we're not even aggressive lift up. You see people, they lift up, they strain, they squeeze. No, just inhale and come up to the first point of resistance. You can feel what's happening. I don't need to tell you. And just smile and enjoy. Otherwise, what's the point? So sometimes we raise the arms, sometimes we lift the legs, sometimes we take the feet closer to the seat to stretch the thighs. You can mix and match on any particular day. And when you're ready, just lower it back down. Stretch out the legs. Floppy feet, palms facing upwards. Just adjust the shoulders, check your chin position. Gently press your lower back onto the ground. That's just a pelvic tilt, and then you just let it spring back up. And just take a few moments. Don't even try to breathe. Just become aware of what has happened to your body. Any aches, any pains, any heat sensation, any lightness, any warmth, anything. And smile. Free serotonin. And remember, nothing else needs to happen for this moment to be complete. Let the body breathe naturally. Let the smiles come naturally. Now take your palms and place them down the side of the body, and take your feet together, legs straight out, so the feet are not floppy, the legs are just straight with the toes pointing up. And we're going to do the 3 boats. So remember, we're not going to lift, so we start off with, we just stretch. So we stretch through the fingers, stretch through the toes, and relax. Inhale, stretch. So we're not lifting. Some parts of the body may lift off the ground, but we're not consciously lifting, we're stretching. Inhale, stretch through the fingers, stretch through the toes, and relax. Just continue a few in your own pace. Again, you could continue this for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This would suffice. But obviously in the class environment, I give you other options. So now we stretch and lift. So we inhale, as we stretch, we look up towards the toes, and we lift the hands up to the side of the thighs, and we lift the legs up far enough just to get the calf muscles off the ground. You don't lift the legs if you have lower back problems. Keep them on the ground. So we've just added another dimension. It's slightly more challenging. This is a great one to build up the stomach muscles. You can feel what's happening to the thigh muscles. You can stay here for a number of breaths, so you can come up on the inhalation and slowly lower down. You can take a couple comfort breaths and do it again. Inhale as you lift the hands up in line with the thighs. Look towards the toes. Lift your chin up, look towards the toes. As you lift your legs up, just far enough to clear your calf muscles off the ground. They don't need to be stuck up in the air. It's not going to increase the contraction of the abdominals. So some people do this, they come up, they look and the legs are up like this. There's no need. Take them away down. And as I say, you can stay like this if your lower back's strong enough, if your abdominals are strong enough, and just breathe slowly and gently. Obviously, if you start to shake and wobble, then that's far too much. So you lower down with control, with class. Remember, you're always trying to enter the posture with class and keep enough energy and dignity so you leave it in class. You don't throw your body back down with relief. So we've stretched without lifting, we've stretched and lifted. Now we stretch, lift, and we can contract, only if you wish. So we raise, we look up towards our toes, we contract the face, we contract the hands into fists, and we contract everything in the body. So we inhale as we come up, fists at the side, instead of the palms just relaxed, contract the face, contract everything. This is a very strong one. And then you lower down and relax. This is one of the very few postures that I say you contract the face, because the face isn't usually part of the movement. So you have three options in the boat. You can just stretch without lifting, you can stretch and lift, or you can stretch, lift, and contract. So try a few more of those sterner ones if you wish, or just lie in Shavasana and breathe, or pick whichever one works for you. With a stronger one, you can take a comfort breath in between to help rid the body of the lactic acid, because it's very strong. So one more of whichever one you've chosen to do. Take a few comfort breaths, always through the nose where possible. You can always research in your own time the benefit of nasal breathing as opposed to mouth breathing. The most basic benefits are that it warms the air before it reaches your lungs and it cleans it. But obviously there's a lot more than that. So for those of you who have lower back problems, you can slip your hands behind your lower back and gently push up. For those of you who have reasonable stomach muscles and no lower back problems, we come up into the balancing boat and then we sit up. So we inhale, as we raise the legs higher than usual, we come up so the hands are at the side of the knees. There we go, we're balancing boat. And then we effortlessly tip up or tip forward. You get some very funny performances with people who are just not quite there yet with the posture. In fact, I should probably demonstrate this, because when I say with breath, with awareness and effortless, but you sometimes get something like this. You get people do, and they're like this, and they're doing their best, and then which goes against everything that I tried to teach. But it's okay to have a bit of fun sometimes, as long as you realize the chance of damaging your body. So we've now got sit-in twists, dynamic spinal twist. Okay. So with sit-in twists, you have the option of just slipping the hand around the back as you're doing the twist, as long as, again, your back is strong enough to remain straight, Or if I turn around, you have the option of, instead of putting the hand around the back, you can put the hand in close and it acts as a post to support you. So I'd much rather you use the support if you think your back is weak, rather than this and trying to keep your back straight, because it's a great big pull in the lower back and it's a very strong contraction in the thighs. So I'll come round and face the front again. So I'm going to take the right leg and place it over the left. It's that easy. And we go in the direction of the leg. So right leg over the left, and we turn around to the left. And as I said, you can either take your hand and place it around your lower back, and we twist, or you take your arm and place it in as close as you can, fingers on the ground, and look at it, it is an effective lifting you straight up and supporting you. So I never used to like these twists because my back was never strong enough, and I found them very challenging, but now I love them. You're squeezing out angst, you're squeezing out tension, you're squeezing out poor thoughts. You're squeezing out things that you don't need in your life. So we're sitting tall, either naturally with a strong back, or you're keeping yourself straight with your hand as close as you can to your lower back. We're keeping our neck long. And you're just trying to relax into the position. These twists are quite strong, and again, depending what you've done with your body throughout the years, I still have to be very careful with them. But I do enjoy them now, whereas before they were a chore. So this is the thing, we try to do some postures that we love and that we enjoy and we know that we get the benefit from, but you must also try and throw in a posture that you dislike. You're going to get the greatest benefit from that one. And you just breathe and relax into it. Try to enjoy the movement in the breath. So if you're doing these for the first time, you may not be able to stay in them for too long. Or if you've damaged your body or you're recovering from injury, then there's no point pushing yourself. But you always have the option. I'll just show you again from this angle. Right leg over to begin with. We turn around to the left. We're up tall. We're like this. If you're comfortable with the position. If not, your hand is in very close, and right away that has the effect of supporting the back and lifting you up. I think you've got it. It's not so complicated. So staying in this position, staying with the right leg over the left, instead of turning to the left, without moving our legs, we turn to the right. So we take our left arm, we can wrap it around the knee. Some people can take their arm down over like this. I don't like that. Wrap it around the knee, around the back or on the ground, and you're going against the direction of the leg. Check you're not bending forward. Check that you're not crouched. Check that your neck is long, so you're getting a twist as opposed to a bend. This gives a lovely stretch in the hips as well. And as I say, with time, as you build these up, you can sit in these positions for long enough. But as I say, within a class environment, people invariably get bored. Or maybe a couple will want to sit longer, go deeper. So you have to try and get the balance between where everyone's at. And of course, with each exhalation, you're trying to twist the torso around a little bit further and turn the head around. You're allowing the breath to do the work. As ever, you slowly come out of it, turning the head first. The torso comes round, and then you release. Slowly, slowly. So it was right leg over, going in the direction, then you reverse it. So you know what's coming now? Left leg over. Left leg over the right, and we'll go in the direction of the left leg. Get yourself tall. Inhale, exhale as you go round. Stretch around. And you must remain tall, otherwise it's pointless. And this is the thing, it's very tiring to sit tall, with a weak lower back. So until you've built up the muscles, use the post, put the hand down on the ground. Because it's meant to be a pleasurable experience. The facial muscles, the facial muscles are relaxed. The forehead's relaxed. The shoulders are relaxed. With each breath, you don't push, because if you push, you'll contract and resist. You allow. Try smiling as well. That always helps. Serotonin always helps in a stretch. Who doesn't like to be happy whilst you're stretching? You're trying to inhale, stretch tall, exhale, twist. Again, when you feel it's enough for you, you come around with the head. That takes the torso around a little as well. Release the arm. And we keep the legs in the same position. Wrap your hand around your knee. I prefer this way, as I said. Other people prefer that. That's just still a bit too much for me. And around we go. Around to the left. Check you're not dropping the chin. Check you're keeping the spine straight. Check your face is relaxed. Check your shoulders are relaxed. As I mention each of these places, I'm sure you'll be relaxing them. Because I'm no different. When you're ready to come out, release. Head, moves the torso around a little, release the arm. And you can feel that blood and lymph rushing into the areas that we've stretched. Dynamic spinal twist. Oh. I don't particularly like this next one myself, but it's one that I do because my movement is a little restricted with this. So we're separating our legs to a comfy position. For many, that's enough to contract the thighs, to pull the inside of the thighs. I'm going to stretch the arms out, and then we're going to turn the torso, and the left hand is going to touch anywhere that's comfortable on the right knee. It doesn't matter where, it can be the thigh, the knee, the shin, or the toe. But again, you're not trying to bend forward because that then isn't a twist, that's a bend. So we inhale, exhale to the right as I take my left hand around to the first point of resistance, which sadly for me today is there. I've already swam for half an hour. And then I drop my hand down onto the knee. Inhale, look around to my left arm. Sorry, look around to my right arm. And that's a position. You notice I'm not bending down. If I bend, I can go down and touch my toe, but that's not what I want. I want this, keeping the back straight. Just reach the first point. Depending on the length of your legs and arms, then you may get further down without bending. And you can feel what's happening to the shoulders, the neck, the thighs, and of course the spine. You can stay in a position for 3, 4, 5, 6 breaths, whatever. When you're ready to come out, you lift. Stretch out through the fingers and soften down. Give your arms a wee break. If you need to support your back, you can lean back. Inhale, open the chest, and you're just putting the body into a different stretch and squeeze. And then we're ready for the other side. So we inhale, stretch through those fingertips. Turn around as we exhale to the first point of resistance. I'm a lot tighter on this side. And then you relax into it. And most of the time I'm looking over my bike, my shoulder at the other side. So this side is a lot tighter. So you'll always find that you do something in your job, in your life, in your hobbies, that's perpetually putting your body in a state of imbalance. So you're just focusing, keeping the spine straight. I can feel this on my thighs. If I can feel it, you must feel it as well. Shoulders, neck, arms. Release to come out, stretch out and down. So you get the idea. You can take your legs in, give yourself a wee break, sit tall, lean back. You can do many things just to let the circulation back into the areas that you've squeezed. And then you can go and do a few more. We're going to go and sit in Vajrasana now, or if this is uncomfortable for you, any other comfortable sitting position. You can lean against the wall. I'm going to do the neck exercises. I do believe, yes. So as I keep saying, for anybody that's new, I never used to be able to sit like this. But now it's a very comfortable position. It's a wonderful position for meditative purposes. And also it's good for aiding digestive problems. But I'm going to sit in this position for neck exercises today. But you can sit in a chair. You can lean against a wall. You can get any comfortable position that works for you. So more twists, but with the neck. So we're just going to take chin to shoulder, and then it's ear to shoulder, and then it's 45 degrees. We've done all of these before. Inhale, exhale as you turn the chin to the right, keep your neck long, and that's all we're looking for. And we stay there and start to breathe. Inhale as you're lifting your torso, exhale as you're twisting your chin. When you feel you've had enough there, inhale back to neutral. Exhale to the left. Checking that your shoulders are relaxed, checking that your arms are relaxed, checking that your face is relaxed. To the first point of resistance, then you start to breathe. Checking that you haven't slouched, checking that the shoulders are not round. Slow, smooth and deep. That 6-second rule. Muscles, tendons, ligaments. And when you feel you've reached your maximum stretch, you come back to neutral. Of course, you can inhale, exhale to one side, inhale, exhale to the other. You can, but I prefer going to the position and then breathing into it. So now it's ear to shoulder, not by lifting the shoulder up, but by dropping the ear down. So we're going to inhale and drop down the right ear. Check it, you're still comfortable. There's no shame if you have to move out of this position if it's too much. Inhale, exhale down. Oh, it's a lovely stretch. And just start to relax into it. These aren't for everyone. People get bored with them. They'd rather do the big, powerful, important postures. They don't seem to realize how important these are. Check it, you haven't bent the spine. Check you haven't lifted the shoulders up. Slowly inhale up. Inhale, exhale down to the left. Oh, it's very nice stretch. You can stick in the mantra. You can even do mental alternate nostril, in left, out right, in right, out left. You can do anal lock, Mula Bandha. As you inhale, tighten your sphincter muscle. As you exhale, relax. You can do stomach retraction, Uddiyana Bandha. You can add just about anything to these type of movements once you're comfortable and experienced with the basic posture. Yoga is a wonderful, wonderful science. The benefits are countless. It provides you a toolbox of tricks to get you through the day, to help you through the day. There's no dogma, there's no doctrine, there's no ritual. It's simple science. Inhale as you come up. Exhale out. Right, now we're going to turn our chin to the right, 45 degrees, and then drop it down. And that itself, for many people, is a good stretch. But we take, I hope you can still hear me once I place my arm up here. You take your, we've turned to the right, so we take our right hand and we place it over the back of our head, and we take an elbow in as close as we can, and then we let the arm become a dead weight. So that increases the stretch. So you've turned the head to the right 45 degrees, you've dropped the chin, and then you've taken your hand, the back of the scalp, and you put your elbow in right into the center of the forehead, and then you relax the arm so it becomes, ooh, it's a delicious stretch. Or maybe I just need to get out more, I don't know. And check you haven't bent the spine. Check it, nothing else is contracted. And you can still smile. So you get the idea with these. I actually want to stay in this a bit longer. So, but release the right arm. Keep the chin down, release the arm, and that eases the neck. And then lift up slowly. And remember, whilst you're concentrating on this movement, the benefit you're getting from the ankles, the knees, the digestive healing, many benefits just because you're sitting in this position. So we're going to go to the left. We inhale, exhale 45 degrees round with our chin, then drop it down. As I say, that itself for many people is a good stretch. Then you take the left arm, put the hand as far back over the back of the head, the scalp as you can. Take the elbow in close. No point having the elbow out like that, out wide. And then relax the arm, which acts as a lever to stretch the neck. When you feel you've had enough, release the arm, keep the head down. Always slowly come up. You're not going to like the next ones, but they're very beneficial. So we're going to take our left hand and we're going to place it on the left side of our head. And we're going to inhale and push firmly with a hand against the head and push firmly with the head against the hand. So left hand up. And if you've got big ears and glasses, this is a bit problematic, but we'll find a way. There we go. Elbow open. You're not pushing from this point, that's nonsense. Around here, I'll have to go up a bit further. There we go at last. Inhale, holding the breath as you push with the hand against the head and you push with the head against the hand. And with your other hand, you can take and have a look what's happening to all the muscles in the throat, the back of the neck. They're getting a wonderful contraction. Inhale, do this a couple of times, hold and push. And you can feel what's happening with the shoulder, you can feel what's happening with the arm. I'd let my elbow come round a bit to the front, so I've put it back. Now it's complaining a little. But you get the idea and relax. These are so effective, but people get bored, sadly. And release. Take the right arm, right hand against the right side of the head. Check everything else is okay. Check you're sitting straight. Doesn't matter if you've lost circulation to your ankles, knees, and legs. You're not going to damage them. They're not going anywhere. Inhale, push with a hand and push with the head as you hold the breath. And then you relax as you release. A couple more of these in your own time. And then release. You can feel the lactic acid. You can feel what's happened, the buildup. So take a breath directly into the back of the neck. Forget about the awareness of the nose. Take a breath right into the back of the neck and then flush it down your shoulders. That means it's going to the area much quicker where you need it. Wherever you put the awareness, wherever you put the breath, healing occurs. Now we're going to take both our fists and push them against our forehead. So fist up on fist, doesn't matter the order. Elbows up. Again, you can do it like this, but why wouldn't you get the extra benefit of raising the elbows if you're doing it anyway? Inhale, push with the fists, push with the forehead. And relax in your own time. A couple more of these in your own time. Great for releasing stress in the shoulders and neck, the trapezius muscles. These are the ones to do after a day's work. You're a bit tired. So again, even then, depending if you've had a job that you have to walk a lot, you don't have to sit in this position. You sit in a chair, lean against a wall with your legs stretched out. Make it easy for yourself. You've really done a day's work. And then again, to come out, you stretch up and you stretch out. Of course, you could just do this, push, push, and go flop, but you're halfway there anyway to getting the benefit of that extra stretch. And the last one, the toilet roll one, which I don't know anybody who likes this. We're clasping our hands behind our head, elbows open, obviously, and then we're trying to create a space between our hands and our head where you can slip that cardboard insert from the empty toilet roll. Even if you have to flatten it to get it in, that's okay too. So for some people, this will be enough. Inhale as you open. And you don't drop the chin forward because of course you'll create a space. But we inhale and we're just edging the hands away from the back of the head, and you can feel what's happening to the shoulders, the shoulder blades, the upper back, because I can certainly feel it. And relax. And a couple more or 3 more. If you really want to punish yourself, you can do 5, 10. You could be here all night. One more. You know you want to. And relax. Stretch up. And out. Shoulders to elbows, elbows to wrists, wrists to fingers, fingers to fingertips. That's your stretch. Now we've actually got standing postures today, but in all the excitement, I spent I was going to say I spent too much time doing these postures, but obviously we haven't. We've enjoyed them, I hope. We will finish with thread and the needle, and then we'll lie down in Shavasana. So this is where you take your time, because we've been focusing on our movements, then we've forgotten about the legs. So perhaps now as you slowly come out of the position, if you're in Shavasana, take the weight off the ankles, off the feet, and you can feel the blood and the lymph rushing back in. So you don't just spring up like a jack in the box. And if you give yourself enough time, now you can come up reasonably comfortably to the position for threading the needle. Again, a simple one, another twist. We've done lots of twists today. So you get comfortable, you get the hands directly under the shoulders. If you've weak wrists, so you've been working a typewriter all day or a keyboard, then you can take your fingers slightly forward so it changes the angle in the wrists. Threading the needle, we're going to raise the right arm first. We inhale as we raise the right arm to the first point of resistance. It doesn't matter if it's here or here or here. And we breathe. And when you're ready, you come down, you can stop, you're threading the needle, you're passing your right arm underneath your torso. So you can stop on the elbow and rest on there. Or if you're flexible enough, you can come right down and rest on the shoulder and raise the left arm to the first point of resistance. So you're not straining, you're allowing the breath to do the work. When you've had enough, you come down, push up, release your right arm, and we do the same again, starting with the left arm. So inhale as we raise up the left arm. First point, oh, so I'm a lot tighter on this side, as always. And there's a slight shake for me in this position as well. And then down you come, thread it through, either rest on the elbow or down on the shoulder, and raise the right. And when you've had enough breaths, slowly come out, push up, stretch forward with the fingers, sit back in your heels. Inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch. Walk away with the fingers. Inhale, stretch, walk away with the fingers, soften, lengthen the back. And then instead of going around into Shavasana, we can stay on our stomach, stretch out our legs into Advasana. Remember, you have three options. You can stretch your arms straight out and rest on the forehead. You can turn the palms upwards and rest the forehead on the palms. Or you can rest the forehead on the ground with your palms in the back of your neck. So that's three options. So find the one that works best for you. Arms stretched out with the forehead on the ground. Forehead on top of the palms, facing upwards. Or forehead on the ground with the palms in the back of the neck. Advasana. And just start to breathe slowly and deeply. And all these twists that we've done today, all this squeezing and stretching, all this wind releasing, because that's what it's doing. It's releasing wind, as in prana. It's releasing energy to flow through the body. But you've also created a little bit of lactic acid. Not so much, I don't think, because they haven't been especially strong postures. But take a breath up from the tail of the spine. See the breath coming in directly up, passing through every vertebra. As you inhale, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra. And as you exhale, the same as in Shavasana, you're trying to increase the surface area of the body, resting on the ground. As you inhale, take a breath right up through the coccyx. See it, give it a color, see it passing through every vertebra. Right up to your scalp. It doesn't have to be one breath, of course. And then soften on the exhalation. Totally release any remnants of tension that are still in the body. And as you continue to do that, I will read out our finishing quote. It's from Edmund Wilson. If I could only remember that the days were not bricks to be laid row on row, to be built into a solid house, where one might dwell in safety and peace, but only food for the fires of the heart. So this one deserves another reading. If I could only remember that the days were not bricks to be laid row on row, to be built into a solid house, where one might dwell in safety and peace, but only food for the fires of the heart. So as always, thank you so much. Namaste, with much love.